As I walk over here from the museum where I'm sleeping, and the state that's monitoring me is aware of that, the train immediately sounds and starts running. This is audible activity. While you have group stalkers that are in alignment to me, they are aligned to where I was on the opposite side of this wall. Understand, this is monitoring. This is a group stalker. They anticipate being documented. They don't have license plates on their cars. There was a second GMC vehicle sitting in the middle of the street as well. This is documented conduct. This is stalking, by the way. At the same time that the train is running, the airplane hovers low, flying directly in this direction. See my hand? It's flying in this direction while this group stalker is loitering right here beside while the train is sounding. This is P.O.C. This is a group stalker. He wants to hide his license plate, but we'll get his face. This is P.O.C. This is group stalking. All right, and this is while you've got the plane and the train. Okay, this is a covered up license plate, no license plate. They're acting with the state, and so they're fully armed with concealing their identity, and including using paper plates too. You notice that with the plates that I got for the construction workers. They engage in using their using paper plates, paper license plates. They're white paper with black lettering on it. That is a method of concealing identity. This group stalker has been sitting in his car the whole time. As soon as I start documenting, he gets out. This is a failure at form. It is absolutely irrelevant. Let me be clear. Under the legal analysis for criminal monitoring, where you are in relevant position, where the state is engaged in directing light, again, that is not the sun. This is P.O.C. You're looking at a group stalker engaging in relevant positioning, engaging in monitoring with the state that is hovering in an airplane that sounds the train at the moment I walk past this direction. This is P.O.C. Okay? In addition to that, concealing identity, covering up license plates, getting out of the car, pulling out a camera is no form. There is no form under the legal analysis. This is a group stalker, understand it. It is 11:36 a.m. and this is stalking. This is what I mean by stalking. Group stalking is remaining in your path for the criminal purpose of monitoring, that in concert and on behalf of the government. That, again, was hovering over this trail, this railroad track in a white plane, at the same time that I'm standing here, and the train coming out at the same time that I walk out here. This is the state creating audible activity while they are loitering in relevant position. The entire time that I'm on the opposite side, literally in alignment, on the opposite side of this building, they are in alignment, okay? So understand, when you're monitoring with communication devices, a wall, a building is no obstruction to that. The state engaging in sounding its sirens as I am packing up my property, the state remaining in relevant position, sounding its sirens, and did so all night while I was sleeping. The state amplifying sound. This is a group stalker. Understand, this is what's called demonic activity, failing to appear as though they're engaging in one activity when they are engaged in targeting you with the government. And being at this is a Emporia, this is a dead-end street, and it is, again, with regard to the legal analysis, in alignment to me. This is P.O.C. It is 11:38. His little partner that was sitting in the middle of the street with him, both of them with covered up license plates. He drove off. He was in a GMC SUV. And now, let me be clear. What he's doing with his car is relevant positioning. He's moving back and forth. He is engaging in monitoring as I continue to document him. And this is under the directed light. Again, this is the fake sun. All right? This is why there is no hope for this. This is a criminal group stalker acting with the state. All right? The state using the trains. That's the means of interstate commerce to monitor. This is in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 42A. The state engaging in stalking with light. This is a demonic, satanic system where they are monitoring, and they're doing that with regard to, in concert with the state. All right? Be clear. His moving his car back and forth, getting in and out, all he's doing is engaging in relevant positioning. Understand that. He's literally patrolling in a car. This is what he's doing. And let's be clear, before I came over here and pulled out my phone, they were sitting still in the center of the street, not moving. So now that I am out here in operation of a communication device, I'll be clear. This over here on the opposite side, this is another third party in relevant position. This is a group, all right? Third parties, group stalkers are one group. Now you have a plane that's flying at higher elevation. The plane moments ago, at the same time the train was going, was hovering right over where these group stalkers are in a line to me, over the railroad track. This is P.O.C. All right, and this is how you prosecute the state of California. He's creating light activity. He's engaging in patrolling in a vehicle. That's what he's doing. This is monitoring. Understand, when you are looking at demonic activity, you're not going to see somebody flying around with a witch hat on a broomstick, or an object with a red tail. You're going to look at people who have an invisible, wicked influence over them as they are acting with the state. This is a satanic system. Understand, this stalking with light, I have documented shadows on the ceilings. This is derived from a satanic origin. And every element is of demonic influence. And I am literally capturing what is demonic activity that is practiced by the state of California in concert with the people of the state. It is not a coincidence that the state is directing light, okay? And let's be clear. While I'm inside, subject to kidnapping, inside of 15E6, the state is directing light inside as though the state is as though the sun is directly over that area, where I'm right over here at Emporia, and this is the fake sun right over me. Okay, this is why you document the state's conduct. This is stalking with light, and while the state is also creating audible activity now, you have him in close relevant positioning. This is P.O.C. That is the state engaging in the ongoing pattern that it has been doing since I've been at the museum last night, patrolling up and down Euclid Avenue, sounding its sirens and lights. He is acting in concert to that. He is not acting as an individual. He is part of the single group of group stalkers. And failing to appear as though he's focused on something, that's the demonic aspect. This is what you understand. They abide by the same identical psychopathic behavioral pattern, and that is creating audible activity at the same time that you're moving, when you are moving in a way that the human ear cannot hear, and they're able to engage in creating activity, light activity, that's visible activity, and or audible activity, being constantly in your path. When they are not able or should not otherwise be aware of your presence. This is a pattern. This is a demonic activity. Understand this. This is a criminal system, and you're acting in concert with the state. And you literally had one that was engaged in monitoring me while I was on the opposite side of this building. I walk over to the trash can. Immediately, the train sounds. The train that the state has been amplifying in sound all night long, okay? Using it to stalk with activity. And then he moves, they start moving around in activity. His partner completely leaves, and he just starts moving his car around. Understand, that's monitoring. This is crossing path with a communication device. Group stalkers are one group, and that's P.O.C. It is 11:42 a.m. This is just to document. Understand, reverse lights. He's monitoring. This is still monitoring. And be clear, they're acting in concert with each other. Okay, acting in concert with each other. They are one group. This is monitoring. This is how the state monitors. And what do you do? What prefaces that? The fake sun that's directly above me, okay? The state sounding the train arriving at the same time, which is a pattern. Every time I engage in movement, the train is a means of audible activity, exceptionally loud noise while they are monitoring with communication devices. That's exactly what happened. As soon as I engage in movement, the train sounds while they are loitering in alignment to me on the opposite side of this wall, in the middle of the street, doing nothing. When I pull out my phone, then he starts pulling out a camera. This is what is called form. Form is legally irrelevant when you are prosecuting under 18 U.S.C. Section 42A for monitoring with communication devices. It is also relevant under SIIS legislation addressing every criminal tactic of group stalkers, which is a satanic system. The satanic system, this is a manner of public corruption, and so the premise is that they can outwardly appear as they are doing one thing when they are engaging in the criminal elements of monitoring. She's crossing path, understand? Okay, and the elements of the state, the environment that the state sets up, stalking with light, the state stalking by police and ambulance and fire, constantly sounding their sirens, amplifying all manner of noise is what prefaces and strips down every failure of form. I only address form because you need to understand it is a matter of public corruption. And this is how a public entity engages in monitoring and targeting an American citizen. That's P.O.C. And I just wanted to cover that. Those are group stalkers. This is the third plane again flying over. The state is just patrolling over me, okay? And at a higher elevation now that my phone is on. As I turned my phone on and you saw the train that was going, the plane literally hovered over the train in relevant position, in alignment to me with where these group stalkers are. They were monitoring while the state right here, this is the fake sun right here, okay? That's P.O.C. All right, there is no form. Form is to address because my response confronting the state system of group stalking and monitoring is thorough, and you address the ways in which they seek to outwardly appear as they are doing one thing when they are engaging in the criminal elements of monitoring. And it is demonic activity. That's what you need to understand. That's what demons do. They outwardly appear as they are engaging in one thing, and they are entirely focused on you. Entirely. Everything they are doing is focused on, and which you can see by the conduct, and that is shown through the elements. He's outwardly appearing as though he's taking pictures. His position is in direct alignment to where I was on the opposite side of this building. Okay, his position was in alignment in the car, directly under the light that the state has directed over me. Okay, directly over me, which is not the sun. Okay, that is also the universal fact, showing what they are all engaged in and failing miserably to engage in any manner of form that is the outward external appearance. Pay attention over here, light activity in alignment over here. This is P.O.C. It's a group stalker. Okay, understand that. This is there are no exceptions, and failing to in every way engage in any manner of outward appearance as though they are not doing what I am revealing that they are doing. This is a satanic system, and this is how that operates, and it is not in any way impervious to prosecution. You can absolutely prosecute it based on the objective facts, the criminal activity that they are engaged in. And every third party that's in relevant position, again, that's a fourth plane. They're just patrolling back and forth over me, okay? That's the state stalking. This is the state stalking with light, all right? And as I'm showing, the woman with the carriage, the man walking by right over here, the two group stalkers in the middle of the street in their cars, they are all, this black man over here, he's in alignment. They are group stalkers, okay? Traffic on Euclid Avenue, this is called being surrounded. They remain in your path. They are stalking. They are vicariously present on behalf of the state. That is the state that is stalking, okay? That is the state that is stalking. That black male over there, he is vicariously present on behalf of the state in the path such that criminal monitoring with communication devices is feasible. That is prosecution, period. What he outwardly wants to appear as though he's doing is absolutely irrelevant. The government engaging in criminally monitoring and targeting an American citizen poses a credible threat at an unprecedented level, which legislation has never addressed, because group stalking is a concept not understood or ever explained, intentionally designed to be maintained as a fallacy. This is why the state of California engages in criminal defamation. Understand that. That is intentional, okay? That is not the sun. He is in relevant position. He's monitoring. Relevant position and creating light activity, monitoring. Right over here in the parking lot, the white truck, relevant positioning, creating light activity, monitoring, okay? The woman with the rocker, right over here on the opposite side of the train tracks, the same analysis, monitoring with communication devices. It's 11:47 a.m. That's P.O.C. And like I said, as I've already shown, P.O.C. continues everywhere that I go, and this is the systematic means by which they do so. Let's be clear. The crucial documentation inside of West Valley facility, it's just another element, because the same is shown at Woodside Senior Apartments. The sun cannot be physically here, literally over this building right here, directly in front of me, and also directly over apartment number 51 at Woodside Senior Apartments, directly over the Ontario Town Square Amphitheater, okay, which is backwards this way, but the light engages in stalking. This is the state stalking with a light. Why do you stalk with light? Is the first element for criminal monitoring, and they are mutually exclusive. The state engaging in directing light inside of the facility at West Valley Jail, moving light inside of the facility in all manner of direction, as though the sun would ever do that, ever. It would never do that. It is absolutely idiotic and asinine for the state to engage in that, but this is an entity that up until this point should be clear that it is not in any way concealing. It is being fully exposed for the stalking conduct that is engaged in. Stalking with light is demonic. Okay, this is what I'm showing you. This every element of monitoring that the state is practicing. This is a state monitoring system, okay, that is engaging in operating a satanic targeting system. This is satanic. Stalking with light is satanic. All right, the stalking with light, it takes on the personification of an actual person that creeps in everywhere that you are at in impossible manners. Okay, not the sun, and also not sunlight inside of the West Valley facility, which I documented thoroughly while I remained kidnapped inside of that facility. It is 11:49 a.m. This is a group stalker. This is all she did was patrol. Understand? She started over here. That's called patrolling. She's going around. That's P.O.C. And let's be clear, this is the psychopathic conduct. She is outwardly appearing as though she's focused with the child that she's walking around. She hears everything that I'm saying. She is aware of everything that I am speaking about her, including the state that's also covering up the fake sun with clouds now. This is P.O.C. The fact that this exists is probative of what she's doing. Okay? That's P.O.C.